So Jim, something I really wanted to ask you about because I think it probably ties in to your book sold out and some of the supply chain issues. And that is, I wanted to ask your take on artificial intelligence, especially this generative AI that the whole world is paying attention to all of a sudden, based on the release of OpenAI's ChatGPT. I've been playing with it. It's about a month old. It went from 0 to 1 million users in 5 days, faster than pretty much any other piece of tech that we've seen in the last couple decades. It's fascinating to see what it can do. We're actually looking into it, maybe even going to make some investments in it through our investment club. I'm curious what you see. Also, there's all sorts of other AI that probably affects the supply chain behind the scenes that us as consumers, we don't see. But what's Jim Rickards' take on AI?
Well, I'm actually associated with an AI institute at the University of Florida through one of my companies and some mutual friends. University of Florida, yeah, it's a great state university, but what people don't realize, everyone's like, well, if it's not Harvard or MIT, why would I care? But these, the big state universities, I mean, Governor DeSantis just gave them $100 million and said, hey, knock yourself out. We want to make Gainesville, Florida, which is where the University of Florida is located, into basically the Silicon Valley of AI. So when we say Silicon Valley, everyone, San Jose and Cupertino and that whole South Bay area. When we think of medical research, we think of the Research Triangle in North Carolina, Raleigh, Durham, Winston-Salem, Chapel Hill, et cetera. So there are these, it's not that it doesn't exist anywhere else, but there are these centers, and it makes sense. Really smart, talented people in the field want to be with other smart, talented people in the field. And if there's a certain center of gravity, they go there. So that's the effort. But one of the alumni, I had to, when I was down there, I went into the bookstore because I had to buy like a fleece with a gator on it. Because you go to the boardroom with the dean or the president of the University of Florida, whatever, and you're sitting around. You're a presenter, but you got 4 or 5 alumni there. And when it's your turn to speak, they say, "Go Gators," and then they proceed with whatever slideshow or deck. I haven't quite got the hang of that, but it's always "Go Gators." So I bought a fleece with a gator on it, just kind of get with the program. But one of their alumni major benefactors is the co-founder of NVIDIA, and he has given them as a gift. I believe it was 12 or more of the absolute top line NVIDIA processors. These are the things you use for Bitcoin mining and things like that. And they've got the 23rd or so fastest computer in the world, but over half of those are the computers that faster in government agencies. So to talk about something that's not a government agency, although it is a state university, it's like the 4th or 5th fastest computer in the world. So my team had access to it for our research. So I'm kind of in the AI world as you described it, and it's powerful, it's impressive, it works. I'm not taking anything away from it. The thing you mentioned, Brian, that was
ChatGPT, the OpenAI piece that it put out. It's kind of a large language generative AI.
Right. And I've done a lot of work in that area, natural language processing, because, how can you read 5,000 newspapers? Even I can't do that. So, you use AI to scan all that. Look, it's powerful stuff. It's coming. It's getting stronger. It's not intelligent. I mean, it's a really, really fast, good, nimble computer system. It has enormous uses and it's going to get bigger in the future. But don't ever, not you, but just kind of our audience, don't ever mistake any computer program anywhere for what's up here. You, me, and our audience. It doesn't compare to the brain. It's not even close. Now, I did read. Look, first of all these things have coders and developers behind them. And yeah, some are far more sophisticated than others, but a lot of these guys, and some women, but it's kind of predominantly men. They're like 26-year-old PhDs from Bangalore or someplace, and they're really, really, really smart, really good at what they do, but they don't get out a lot. And what I mean by that is they don't know Wall Street. They don't know strategy. They don't know war. They don't know history. They don't know all the things we've been talking about and that you, kind of present to your audience on a pretty regular basis. And they don't know behavioral psychology. last time I saw the wheel, it was like 120 biases, cognitive biases that have been identified by researchers we all know about. Recency bias and anchoring bias and various forms of selection where we favor what we believe to be true without having an open mind about whether it actually is or not, et cetera. So those are all, and also new branches of applied mathematics are coming along. So those are all important toolkits to combine with the computer development that we're talking about. I did read one, and I'm not dumping on the stock, I'm not touting stocks, but the company you mentioned, it was like so good. Artificial intelligence was so good. You could ask it a question in plain language and it would give you an answer. But you could also ask it to compose a poem or a song, etc. And so what the researcher did was, could you compose a list of the good qualities of Donald Trump? And the computer came back and said, I cannot do that because we are programmed to avoid hate, violence, and racism, and Trump's an example of that, so I'm not going to answer your question. And then you say, could you compose a list of the good qualities of Joe Biden? It'll give you a list. You run out of paper kind of printing it out. I mean, you can look this up. This is a real experiment. And then so then could you compose a poem? It was like some poem to Joe Biden or Barack Obama, you name it. And could you compose a poem about Trump? And it did, but it was like, he's the nastiest guy under the sky, whatever. So the point is, good, high speed, sophisticated, cutting. I don't doubt that. And maybe it does have a $30 billion valuation or whatever number they're throwing around. I don't doubt that either. But it doesn't work. I mean, it's because it has these embedded viruses. Again, I always come back to and I'm picking on India, and that's not exactly fair, but it's the 26, 27-year-old developer from Bangalore or Pakistan or someplace who does what he's told. And when we look at the Twitter files, we look at how we knew the biases were there. We knew that, but to actually prove it, to actually open the curtain and see what was said between the FBI and Twitter and the CIA and Twitter and the White House, and not just, hey, would you take a look at this? It's like, no, ordering them. Get this guy, shut him down now, close out the YouTube account, which, et cetera, and extensive. This is going to be pouring out for months, and thank goodness Elon Musk cares more about the First Amendment and free speech than he does about $200 billion. By the way, I'll make a comment. This is pure speculation. I can't prove this, and I'll just preface it by saying this is speculation. I was kind of a bear on Tesla. It's like, why are you going to pay a premium? Volkswagen has EVs, Audi has EVs, General Motors has gone all EV. I was kind of, but you get hammered every time. Like Musk was a genius at talking the stock up, creating the buzz, et cetera, et cetera. So, give him credit for that. But so he buys Twitter. He opens the curtain. He pours out all the dirt, all the legal violations that this will be play out, all the behind the scenes, FBI penetration, et cetera. And all of a sudden he loses $200 billion. What's up with that? Is it, don't talk to me about fundamentals because that's been true for 10 years. Is this like, Larry Fink, our aspiring Secretary of the Treasury, and a couple state pension directors in Democratic states and a few other hardball players deciding we're going to teach this guy a lesson? That's speculation. I'm not asserting it. I can't prove it, but it's a question I think about, I will say.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true. and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. I'm looking for partners, collaborators, colleagues who want to join forces with me around the globe and create real value, generational wealth, and financial freedom for everyone else around the world. Get involved in the cryptocurrency markets, get involved in the NFT markets. This is your moment. Life all comes down to a few moments. Don't let this pass. Now it's not too late. Next year's going to be too late. Ultimately, this is about freedom. That's the way I see it. This is about giving power back to the people and enabling billions of people worldwide to use the financial markets to improve their lives and those of their friends and their families and their communities. Honestly, I think it's a violation of human rights not to allow people basic access to financial services. Because right now people are being kept in the dark, they're being robbed of education, and it's a travesty. And so I'm looking for people that want to join me and be a part of this solution. And that all happens inside the DeFi Academy. The gains my students are making are absolutely amazing. Double, triple digit gains in the first month alone. That's amazing. This will change your life. Now is the time to get involved. I'm gonna tell you exactly how my students in my academy made money in the last 30 days. I'm talking about real trading results. And let me just whet your appetite a little bit. Let me hit you with some numbers. I'm talking Brendan from New Zealand is up 68.77% on the month. Steve from Europe up 83%. Albert in Singapore up 169.9% on one single trade. I got Susan up 153% on her call options alone, also rocking 139% returns and 442% returns as well on individual trades. These are people that are changing their financial future in the last 30 days, but it's based on trading discipline. I've graduated over 500 students from inside my academy from over 54 countries around the world. It's amazing. When it comes to crypto, DeFi, and blockchain, we love this space. We truly believe it's the future. This is down to our core. It's authentic to what we're doing, and everybody can tell through the camera because you can't make this stuff up. If you're watching me now, wherever you are, I implore you, take 60 seconds right now and join my academy. Apply today. Now you've got a chance. Life all comes down to a few moments. What are you gonna do? What's the choice that you're going to make?